Hey guys, how the frigs it going today? Welcome to yet another one of these fishing vlogs of mine. Well, today we're going to try something completely different, something completely new on a completely different lake that is literally in my backyard. Well, okay, figuratively in my backyard. Hey, look, a rock climbing wall for kids. Neat. Don't know what the heck kind of swings those are, but sure. These purple and blue ones here. Very interesting. Anyway, as you see in front of me here, there's a fairly small blue lake. This lake is called Circle Lake. They say you can catch some pretty good pike in here if you bang your bait off of the weeded areas. It's a very weedy lake. A lot of people don't like to swim in it for that reason, and I don't blame them. I'm not really a big fan of touching weeds with my toes when I'm swimming either. Now, being the smart guy, look at this, look at all the ducks. People can duck hunt here. That's probably where I was hearing all the shots from the other night. Anyway, people were saying that you can catch good pike here. My buddy was saying when he's bored, he lives around the corner from me, so he usually comes down here with his rod and a couple baits, and he'll just catch and release pike all day. Now, I'm stupid. I forgot my freaking net at home, so if we do catch something, we're gonna have to try and bring it up right here. Now, I don't even know if I can see any fish, but I also don't know how weedy it is. Currently, we have the old swim bait here on a weighted hook. Let's just send it out and just see how bad it is. So we have a 13 km/h wind coming in from the west. And judging by the amount of weeds I just picked up off of the ground, she is pretty weedy here. Now what I should try and do is maybe a weedless Senko setup. That might work a little better. See, it's not that big of a lake though, Circle Lake. And there's fish in it. Well, that wasn't a weed. How much exposure do I have on my hook? Good, okay. Something bit on over there. Hard to see with the glare of the sun right in front of me. Yeah, if we catch a pike, we'll have to maneuver it around that rock and drag it up on the shore, which I really don't like doing. But also, guys, they say that this water here, any fish you catch out of it, it's best to return it, not to keep it, because apparently this lake is diseased. Which is why we're just fishing now for the fun of fishing. Because despite popular belief, fishing is actually kind of fun. So I mentioned in the previous video that I bought an airbrush kit from Canadian Tire and was waiting for the go-ahead to go pick it up. And a lot of you are probably expecting this video to be a lure building video. But something stupid happened that I'm not really impressed with. And that's that Canadian Tire canceled my order. They mislisted the item. They thought they had it in stock. They didn't have it in stock. So because of that, they canceled the order, refunded me my money. Now this is the best part. They refunded my money. Now they took the money right away, even before they checked to see if they had the item in stock. But it's going to take 5 to 7 business days for the refund to come through. Like, freaking seriously right now? 5 to 7 business days. They take the money out right away when they think they got a sale. They realize they don't have a sale. Now they got to take up to a week to give me back my money. Like, friggin' dickhead move. Probably going to invest my money in some sort of a weak stock just to make a couple pesos off of it, and then give it back just so they can make some money off my money that they already have. Who knows, man? Who knows? One thing I do know is fishing the swim bait ain't gonna work. Ain't gonna cut it. So I'm gonna put him away, and we're gonna switch to something weedless. Like I said, guys, I really don't know anything about this lake. I just figured it doesn't require me to travel for a half an hour to get to it, so why not check it out? Even though we can't keep and eat anything that we pull out of here, it's still neat to check out what's in your backyard and give her a rip snot, you know? It's always a good idea. So we'll use a lunker log here. These premium fishing products by Lunker Hunter. Sure, in the end it's all plastisol and a mold, whether it's Guggen baits or Lunker Hunt or Berkeley or whatever. The only only difference is that Gulp Alive stuff, because it's covered in goo, that makes the fish go, you know what, that tastes almost real. I think I'll hang on to that for a bit. Pretty sure these things here, the fish go, wait a second, that isn't real. Why am I getting pulled out of the water? Crap, I'm stupid. Okay, let me get this weight off. Definitely not a snag-free setup. Man, you can tell winter's coming. Holy, I don't like saying that. A lot of people are like, don't say that, it's a curse word. I remember at work, if you mentioned the word snow, people would just like death glare you. Anyway, guys, we got a Senko on a hook on a 4-aught. So we'll send this out, see if we can entice a fish. Thought we almost enticed a fish there, but we're just catching on things. Might be a weedless setup, but that don't mean it won't catch weeds. You know what? Let's see if there's another clearing down here that we can throw from. Wish I had waders. This would be an awesome lake to walk around in the water, even though it is probably freaking freezing cold. See, somebody drags look at how flat. See this? See how flat that is? Somebody dragged something up here. See, and that's the thing. A lot of people would say to me, Adam, you're using too big of a lure. You're using too big of a worm. Like, you're not going to get fish with that because they won't be able to eat it. The thing with pike that I've researched is pike aren't afraid to frig over bigger fish. Look at over here. This looks like the juice. Is there anywhere I can stand where I can get to that? And my shit should be safe over there. She's going for a bike ride today. I might go for a bike ride later on because I haven't been biking at all since we did our thing in August. So I was thinking about doing a rep today, but holy crap, guys, she's freaking cold out. It's got to be at least like 9 degrees, but with that wind, it feels like 4. Man, I gotta clean the bullshit off this. That is not a good presentation, I tell you. Tell you what. So yeah, I'm on the hunt for another airbrush. Amazon's the only place that seems to carry them. I really don't want to give them my business because I'm not impressed with their business model right now. I get it, times are busy, but you don't charge someone full price for Amazon Prime and then not actually deliver. Maybe you guys in the US don't have that problem. Maybe your Amazon Prime's actually next day delivery still, but up here in Canada, man, it's ridiculous. They're like, yeah, next day delivery, and then like you get it a week later. And I know people who don't have Amazon Prime who canceled it, and they're like, oh, maybe I should have kept it because of COVID and stuff, and then they're getting their stuff before I'm getting mine, and I'm actually paying an extra service. Like, hashtag saw me coming. Yeah, I don't think I could fish a spoon in this lake. If I'm pulling up this many weeds with a weedless setup, imagine what would happen with a spoon with a treble on the back. Holy crap, I'd be raking the lake. You know, I wouldn't even mind catching a snot rocket. There's different names for pike, eh? Like there's your northern pikes and your grass pikes, and anyway, people also have nicknames for them. Like they call the little baby pikes, I've been told they're called hammerheads. And then they have the bigger pikes, which are, oh, what did my buddy call them? Call them like gators or razor beaks or something like that. And then the gators are like the big 46 plus inchers. And the little guys are called hammerheads, but I've also heard them called snot rockets. So if any of you out there ever caught one of these things, you'll know that pike are gooey. They sweat when they're pulled out of the water, like a lot, and it's pretty freaking gross. Some people wear gloves for that reason because they don't want to get the goo on their hands, but I'm pretty sure we grew out of the wearing glove stage phase, whatever. Man, that rock right there, look at all the, I don't know if you guys can even pick that up on GoPro, but that rock just has a whole friggin' like a good 1.5 inches of algae on the bottom of it. Just green shit. This lake could seriously benefit from catfish if it doesn't already have them. I also don't know how deep this lake is, guys. Like I said, I'm literally fishing a spot I've never fished before. And it's this lake here also why I'd like to have a backwater boat. Like just think of it, you know, we get a little kayak or a little backwater and then just come out here, launch right over there where I was originally or whatever, just drop the boat in the water, jump in it, throw the tackle and shit in it, paddle out to the middle of the lake, and then just start banging the shoreline, trying for whatever, trying for perch, pickerel. There's probably none of those in here. So far, all I've heard that's in here is smallmouth or largemouth bass, smallmouth bass, perch, pike, and there was a report of a catfish of bullheads. No channels. So, and that was as early as April this year. And that was reported on Angler's Atlas. This lake literally connects to no other lakes except by shallow rivers. And I think it connects to Twin Lakes. It goes nowhere. Let's go take a look. Let's see if anybody made a way to fish over here. Oh God. Oh, there is a trail over here. Oh, this is the trail. I think this one here that leads up to the pathway behind my house. Yeah. Okay. Normally that gets flooded out in the spring. And I remember this past spring, Sarah came over to the house. And, well, it wasn't really spring, it was early summer anyway, before we started biking. And she brought over, did she bring over burgers? I can't remember what we were doing. I don't think it was the day we barbecued. I'm pretty sure it was before that. I think we ended up going to Sills and getting, yeah, it was when we went to Sills and we got those taco salads. And then we just kind of hung out afterwards down at the waterfront and did a couple walks and then called it. But we did a walk to try and build up an appetite for whatever we were going to go eat. And at first I was thinking, hey, let's just go over to Freshco, buy some burger meat, smash some patties and make some burgers on the barbecue, or go pick up some steaks or something and just make a dinner on the barbecue. Then we decided we both wanted taco salad and went to Sales and got taco salad and had that instead. I think that video is actually up on the channel in the pandemic vlogs. I love casting this thing now, sometimes. Still bird nests like a freak face, but I don't know. Maybe when I get some more money next year, I'll consider getting another casting rod. Or I'll just deal with what I have and be happy. No, next year I need to focus on trying to figure out how I'm going to get on the water. Whether it be by backwater boat, kayak, or just on the water with waders. I don't know what the water, like what the ground's like here. Like, you ever step into a lake and the bottom's like mashed potatoes soaked in gravy? So you already know the texture I'm talking about just by mentioning it like that, probably. Where you're like, you step in it and you just get sucked in. Yeah, I question if the ground on this lake is like that. But I am 100% confident there are fish in this lake. I'm just 100% confident they're not where I'm at. Maybe the ground is okay, because my buddy, when he fishes, all he does is he wears his waders. Puts his waders on and he goes out about 2 feet, and then he'll just walk around the lake and just keep pitching towards the center until he either finds a spot on the bank that he can't do because it's literally a drop off from the shore. Then he'll climb back up on the shore and bushwhack his way through and cast from there, and then get back in the water if he can. That's why waders are nice for shore fishing. Because you don't really have to get a license for anything. There's no I already have my pleasure craft license, mind you. I got that back when I worked at Onterra. Co-worker Scott, he wanted his. I was like, well, I'll get it too. So they're giving them away because it was a new law. So they're telling people, like, if you want yours now, they're free. Just, go on this website and fill in the test, and away you go. Pleasure craft license is yours. Good to go. And I was like, well, sweet, you know what, I'll just get it, because I never knew. Maybe one day I get a boat. Back then I wasn't really into fishing. I just thought it'd be cool to be licensed under more things. I got my pleasure craft license and kind of never used it. I wonder if Topwater would be a bad idea here. It's pretty shitty, right? The Senko ain't doing much. I'm scared to fire a 5 of diamonds out here. I'm scared to fire a 5 of diamonds out here because of how gooey the ground is. Chances are I'd probably never be able to pull it up. And I know if a pike grabs it, a pike's gonna just grab it. Pike doesn't come up and just nibble, nibble, nibble. They're not like a rock bass where they sample the merch before they decide to inhale it. Pike are just pigs. They'll just come up and hark, you know. Wonder where else I can stand. Worst part is about these shoes is this is like their last season. I can't use them for anything else after this season. They're falling apart. The tongue's coming off of the one, and there's holes all in the sole of the other, and like I literally just stepped on that wet mud and I got a soaker. Wet mud. I got a soaker. Like, can I step on this rock? See, I can't really see any fish in the water. There's a lot of... I got an idea. Where's my bag? I have those anti-glare glasses that Sarah gave me last time we were out. Oh, did I take them out of here? I may have accidentally taken them out of here. Shawspot. See, I brought the Gulp fries. These things are actually really good. Green pumpkin too, so in dirty water they work awesome. But they're also scented, and I was going to use them in this lake, but you can't really rig them weedless. There they are, the Mondo Optics. They're not Mondos, but they are polarized, and they might give me the edge. No, they don't. They do cut the glare off from the sun here, which is nice, and I can see a little bit better down. Well, I can see a lot better down actually, but I can tell you right now, I don't see any fish here. Definitely not along the shore here. Definitely nothing in this weed bed. And then again, I probably jumped on this rock and startled every single fish nearby. And I highly doubt if we can get to anywhere else along here, not without pushing through. And I don't know where the shore stops and the water begins. Find out if I can use that dock over there. We'll just carry on here for a bit. So yeah, guys, I'm on the hunt for another airbrush. Son of a bitch, hey? It's just this like I don't know if you guys can even see it. I can see it clear as day now what it is. I thought it was grass, but it's like green sticks growing out of the ground. I don't know if this here will improve your vision or not. Let's see what happens here. I'm gonna take you guys out of the holder, but if I put this here on like this, I don't know if you guys can see underwater. But there's that weird sticking stuff out there. And that's what I'm getting stuck on, is all that sticks and stuff. I'll just send her out there. Let her sink. Doesn't take long to sink. I don't even think this lake is that deep, to be honest. I'm not sure what factory they say leaks into here though, because the only factory I can think of is the one that leaks into Dispensier Lake, which is a great name for that lake now that I think of it. I think next year is going to be great for fishing, guys. Not so much this year, because this year is pretty much done. Well, we're done this year as far as this style of fishing. Ice fishing season is going to happen. We're going to do some of that. I don't know if you guys remember him. If you've been with the channel a while, you do. But Cat Piss, he messaged me. That's Katpis. Way back in the day. He used to live around the corner from me too, and he came over one night. Like he was a long-time subscriber. He came over one night and joined us on a live show, and like we were just hanging out in the garage doing our live shows like we used to do back in the day, me and Adrian. And Capis messaged us and was like, "Hey man, like I live around the corner. Can I come over too?" And I was like, you know what, whatever. Like, Adrian and I are both drunk. I'm like, you got a problem with that? He's like, no. I'm like, all right, cool. So I told him, yeah, man, just fuck, come on over. Here's the address. Freaking have at her. So he ended up showing up and hanging out. And then ever since then, we just kind of sort of all hung out. And he's the one who got me into RC back in the day when I bought my trophy truggy and all that fun stuff. You know, we used to do RC videos up at the sand pits, down at the Commerce Court. That's where Dispensier Lake is, guys, in case you're wondering. I've showed that lake on a bike vlog once. And yeah, he messaged me when on the auger video saying, this winter you got to come out to my my ice shack. And I'm ice fishing. And I was like, hells yeah, like for sure, man. Like, if you have an ice shack, I'll definitely pop out and give her a rip. Like, that sounds super fun. Like, I'm all up for this kind of stuff, man. I want to learn a lot of stuff. That's my objective now. You know, learning fishing. Fishing can get expensive. That's why I kind of want to get into lure making to make it a little cheaper. I don't ever expect on getting into rod making because holy crap. I watched a couple of videos on how rods are made and I was like, yeah, that's a lot of equipment I'll never be able to afford in this lifetime. Alright, been trying to get those weeds out of there. Maybe that's what I'll call this video, de-weeding a lake. But there are pike in here. My buddy did show me a picture. I wish I still had it. He did have a pike out of here. He had a little snot rocket and he did catch another fair size one. And he mentioned to me, he's like, man, it's a shame that we can't eat these because this guy's a good eater size. And apparently you can get 5 chunks of meat out of a pike. There's the front strap, and then the back strap. Like you can get the like you go from the top of the back down, and you can get that chunk of meat. And then from there you can get the side all the way back to the back fin, I think it is. And then there's another piece on the back itself. And you can get 4, like two on the front, 2 on the back, and the 1 on the top. So you get 5 chunks of meat off of them. And you know, you get a fair sized pike and you got a fish that just fed a family. I just never caught a pike before, and then I see people out there. The problem is everybody I see catching pike, it's all the same shot. They're sitting in a freaking boat, except for my buddy. He did it from the bank. But even he had a way of getting on the water. He had the waders. All I have are $14.97 Walmart tennis shoes and 5-degree C weather out that I really don't want to go treading through water in. I will admit, I do miss catching fish. Oh, there is something over there. Okay, let's get this back out. Now, if a toothy guy bit that, I know. Wow, it's neat what these polarized glasses do to the GoPro's LCD screen. The GoPro Session has a little LCD screen on the top, tells you how long you've been recording for. And when you're not wearing the glasses, it looks white, but when you're wearing the glasses, it looks like red, white, and blue, and green. It totally looks like gasoline was spilled in a water puddle. I don't know why I brought my cooler. I can't keep any of these fish. I think it's just habit now. Now when I go, I grab my bag, grab my cooler, grab my rods. Oh, it warms up nicely when the wind stops. Yeah, there's some freaking ducks right over here. So if a pike, if all of a sudden I see 2 and the third one's gone, I know where to fish for pike. Right over there where those ducks are. Because pike will strike down ducks. Like I said, they really don't care. They are not afraid to strike down bigger targets. So yeah, if I ever get a kayak or a backwater boat, we'll have to come back here, throw the boat in the water, get into it, go out to the deeps, which I have no idea what they are, and just see what the heck is in this lake. You know what? There's bass in this lake. Let's do ourselves a solid. Let's switch out to some top water action. We'll try baby bass. We have our hook removal tool, so we're good there. It's been a while since I flicked top water, and I honestly don't know how well top water is going to work for catching pike. A lot of people I talk to, when I mention top water, they think I'm an idiot because they've never had top water work for them, or for that matter, seen it work for anybody else, except for on YouTube videos. Baby bass, the Texas torpedo. The mini torpedo. My cousin always bugging me. How come you didn't use the torpedo? Why didn't you use the torpedo? Well, I'm going to use the torpedo. I don't know what's going on with the torpedo though. His action just... the back prop doesn't spin on this one. If it's loose or too tight or... I don't know, whatever. Let's send it out there. The only problem with this thing is, like I said, it doesn't propel like it doesn't have the back action like it used to. Oh, freaking duck. Theoretically, if I catch a duck, I can keep it. Oh, I don't have my small games. Never mind. So that's why I watched this guy, Mean Gene the Fishing Machine or something like that. Richard Gene the Fishing Machine. And he likes to fish top water. But what he said to do is when it lands, let it sit for a bit, then pop it, let it sit, pop it, let it sit, pop it, pop it. You know, just treat it like a hurt fish. Wish I had my crankbait. I left it at home. I used it when I did the comparison between the homemade bait versus the crankbait in shape, and I forgot to put it back in my tackle box. You know, there's another kind of fishing I haven't tried yet, guys, and that's float fishing using a bobber. I've probably done it when I was a kid, but I've never actually bobber fished as an adult. Okay, I'm going to do what I did last time. I'm going to take this down here and we'll throw it here. Or no, let's go way down. I want to try and get it around that weed bed over there, but not in it. And the reason being is because everything I've studied about behaviors of pikes over the past couple days have all led to the same thing. Pike like this stuff. So, could have sworn I saw a fish in the water there. I think that's one right there. Was that a duck or was that a fish jumping? Oh, I'm going to have to review that on the footage. Like I need to tell you guys, you probably already knew. It's like everything's all calm and the audio is nice and clear, and all of a sudden, wow. Come on, you son of a bitch. There you are. That's a duck call. Somebody's about to sound off in the ducks. Shouldn't have stopped it there. Should have let it carry on. That's one thing that Gene the fishing machine said was, you know, you can do a straight retrieve on it and that works fine if you're just scanning the water for any fish. But if you cast it and you let it sit for a while and you just let it sit there, it acts like a fish that's surfaced because it's wounded. And every once in a while you just give it a little pop. Little pop here and there. You know that one term, match the hatch. That's why I went with the baby bass versus the frog. Right now I'm pretty sure because of how cold it is, frogs are, whatever they do to hibernate, they're doing it. You can hear some noise over there and there's two ducks frigging around doing duck things. Maybe the strat today isn't fishing at this location. Maybe this location is kind of weak. See, the other thing you want to do is you want to find bait fish, and I haven't seen any movement in the water in the form of minnows or baby bullheads or anything. So this brings me back to we might just not be at the right place at the right time, and I don't know where else we can go to fish on this lake. I'd have to look on Google Maps to find out, but I thought I'd take you guys down here. I really wanted to get out today and do some fishing. Got to get in as much fishing time as I can before the season ends due to snow or them condemning all fish being caught. You know, whatever comes first. I don't know if they do that, but you never know. But she has a nice body of water and we will come back and fish it some other day. Hell, maybe this winter we'll come out here, rip a hole and practice ice fishing. It's not a big body of water, right? We could walk out here, walk out there a couple whatever and rip a hole, and why not? I talked to Struckus and Struckus has already done it. Could be something we do in the winter. You know, rather than driving all the way across town to go fishing on Lake Nipissing, if we just want to get out of the house all day and play catch and release, you know, might come down here, walk out about 30, 40, 50 feet, pop a hole, drop a line, see what we see. Could be a good time. Like I said, this winter, Cat Piss offered to take us out to his ice shack, go fishing. Should be fun. But anyway, guys, I'm probably gonna call it for this video here. Yeah, we didn't catch anything. It is what it is. I don't know what's going on with these two ducks out here. I don't know if you guys can see them, but they're yelling at each other. They're mad. They're fighting. I don't know if they're mad at each other or if they're being harassed by a fish. Wasn't there 3 ducks there before? Did a pike get one of them? See that one that he's like freaking out? Like what just caused that? Was somebody coming up for dinner? Like I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, guys, that's going to end this video here for today. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Let me get this rod out of my hands here. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, you know what to do. Give that like button a clickety-clack. Lets me know you liked the video. Any questions, comments, concerns, down below they go. And until next time, guys, remember, live to win, never give in. Sit, stupid, sit. Good dog.